All right, let's talk about a technique that is seriously going to change the game for you when you're using AI. It's called few-shot prompting, and it's all about teaching the AI how to give you much more personal, much more precise results just by showing it what you want.
You've totally been there, right? You ask for something really specific, and what you get back is, fine. But it sounds like a generic, boilerplate AI response. It's so frustrating when you need it to match your voice or a very specific format. Well, guess what? There's a way to fix that. And this quote, this just nails it. A normal prompt, what we'd call a zero-shot prompt, is just you telling the AI what to do. But few-shot prompting, that's different. You're not just telling it, you're showing it exactly what you mean by giving it examples. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so here's our plan. First, we're going to get into the what and why of teaching an AI with examples. Then I'll give you a super simple step-by-step guide. After that, we'll see it in action, go over some common mistakes to avoid, and then, yep, it's your turn to try it out.
So let's start at the beginning. What in the world is few-shot prompting? And, why does it work so incredibly well? What's the secret sauce here? At its core, few-shot prompting is really simple. It just means you're putting a few examples, like 1 to 5 is usually perfect, right inside your prompt. You're showing the AI the exact pattern or the tone or the format you want before you even give it your real task. And the reason this works? It's because these AI models are basically world-class pattern matching machines. Seriously, that's what they do best. When you show them a clear pattern, their main goal is just to continue it. You're giving them a little pop quiz, and they're built to ace it.
So, when should you use this? Well, it's your new best friend anytime you need a super specific format, like filling out a report template. It's perfect if you want to get the AI to mimic your own writing style. And it's a lifesaver for those repetitive tasks where every output needs to be consistent. Basically, if your regular prompts are giving you boring, generic results, it's time for few-shot. All right, so you get the theory. Now let's get practical. Building one of these prompts is really, really straightforward. I'm going to walk you right through it. There are just 4 little steps. First, figure out your pattern. Just think, if the input is this, the output should be that. Simple. Second, write out 1 to 3 short and sweet examples of that pattern. Third, and this is super important for the AI, label your examples and your real task. And finally, you give it your new input and just let it follow the pattern. That's it. Okay, enough talk. Seeing is believing, right? So let's check out a few real examples so you can see just how powerful this thing is. So for our first one, let's take a common task, like sorting customer reviews. Here, we can just show the AI one review we've labeled positive and another we've labeled negative. Then we give it a brand new review. Because it's seen the pattern, it knows exactly what to do. It'll just spit out the right label. So easy. Now this is where it gets really fun. Look at the difference here. On the left, you've got this super bland technical description, but by showing the AI just a couple of examples of playful writing, we can get it to say your new crumb-destroying sidekick. I mean, come on. That is the difference between an ad that gets ignored and one that actually makes people smile. You can also control the structure. Let's say you're building an FAQ page and you need all the answers to be short and to the point. Well, just show the AI 2 examples of a question followed by a single short answer. That teaches it to stop rambling and give you the concise response you're actually looking for. And, hey, it's not all serious business. You can get really creative with this. Let's say you want to teach the AI your specific sense of humor. Give it a cheesy joke, and then show it an example of how you would roast that joke. Then feed it a new joke and watch what happens. It's a blast to see how well it can pick up on a really unique creative style. Of course, it's not always going to work perfectly on the very first try, and that's totally okay. So let's talk about a few common mistakes and how to fix them so you can get the results you want every single time. Okay, think of this as your little troubleshooting guide. The number one mistake people make? Long, messy examples. Remember, the AI is looking for a simple pattern, so keep your examples short and clean. Another one is mixing styles. Be consistent, otherwise you're just confusing the poor thing. And always use labels to separate your examples from the real task. Finally, don't overdo it. You'd be surprised, but 1 to 3 examples is almost always enough. All right, we've gone through the theory, the how-to, and what to watch out for.
You know the best way to really learn something is to just do it. So, now it's your turn to practice. I've got 2 little challenges for you to try right now. First, try to make a prompt that turns stuffy, formal sentences into casual ones. Just give it 2 examples to learn from. And for the second one, try that Q&A pattern we talked about. See if you can force the AI to answer any question in just 1 sentence. So, to wrap this all up, what do you really need to remember? First, few-shot prompting is showing and telling. Second, it's all about teaching the AI with examples right there in the prompt. And third, doing this is what's going to take your results from meh, generic, to wow, that's exactly what I wanted. And hey, stick around for our next explainer, where we're going to dig into something called ELI5 prompting. That stands for Explain Like I'm 5, and trust me, it's an amazing trick for making complicated stuff feel super simple. So I'll leave you with this question. Now that you have this awesome new tool in your toolkit, what's the very first pattern or the first style that you're going to teach an AI? Think about it. The possibilities are pretty much endless. Happy prompting.